Hey everyone, thanks for checking in. This is Meteorologist Bohdan Cole. Have an afternoon weather update here for you. We're going to take a look at the current conditions, talk about December in general, and the coming storm for this weekend and next week, and what the current thoughts are for snow, precip overall, everything like that, because I'm sure you've heard just about everything under the sun in terms of possibilities. So I'm going to answer some questions here. First off, here's a look at the current radar. Let's animate this out here for you. Show you the showers that moved through today. Some of them were kind of heavy, as a matter of fact, for December. It was kind of almost like an October rain. So you can see it's kind of dissipating as it moves into Wisconsin. A little bit east of La Crosse, some heavier showers up near Duluth, heading into Lake Superior area. Some gusty winds along with that stuff, but the bigger picture is coming this weekend and next week. So we really just need some cold air to get in here for once. We've had, a few storms, and there's just been too much warm air, and a lot of that can be contributed to El Nino and the overall pattern that we're experiencing right now. So let's dive in and take a look here at some of the models and some of the runs. So let's take a look at the GFS here. This is just one of the models. I'm going to animate this out here. Forgive any shaking. I'm holding the camera here. Trying out some new techniques, and let me know if you like them. So I'm going to animate this out. You can see this is going into Sunday as this next storm approaches. You can see the low down near Oklahoma in this model kind of working its way up towards us. Next thing you know, it's starting to press up. We've got mostly rain here, it looks like, late Saturday into Sunday. Just not enough cold air in the system, and that's why a lot of the models are struggling. That could change, but right now it's just showing that there's too much warm air. So, and then we have another surge coming up from the southwest. It's just going to skirt off to the east of us, and then you can really see those tightly packed isobars up in the Great Lakes. That's a lot of wind going up there. So the next storm coming in is for Tuesday, Wednesday, and that one looks like a little bit colder. We have a little bit more cold air to work with, but you can see the low is a little closer here, so it's really going to be a tough call to see where this thing goes. And like I said, this is just one of the models, so I'm going to take a look at another one here for you in just a second. So here we have the NAM model, same thing. I'm going to animate this out, show you how it advances here. So as we go on late into the weekend, you have the storm coming in. The snow looks like it stays off to our northwest. It has mostly rain for us here in the metro, but again, this can all change. There's so many dynamics coming into play. So there's that second surge kind of coming off to the south and southeast, a little bit of snow on the west side, but it looks like most of the energy is staying well east into Wisconsin. So that's as far out as this one goes, but you have to kind of look at the further range models to see the storm for Tuesday and Wednesday. So this one is not going to reach us in that realm. So the other model we can look at for this is the Euro model. So I'll show you a quick snap of that as well. Now, normally we can't broadcast the Euro, but in this case, this one's made with a proprietary algorithm from Euroweather.com, so we can show this one. Various social media channels, but normally we can't show most of the graphics. So I'm going to animate this up. This is accumulated snowfall, so it's not going to be the same as what I was just showing you, but if you animate this out, starting Saturday, you can see some of the accumulating snow up north, and going through Sunday, you can see there's not much going on here, even into Monday for the MSP area. And then it isn't until Tuesday that it has some accumulating snow just northeast of the metro. So this is why a lot of these storms are kind of showing varying amounts, different precip areas, all sorts of things like that, because the tracks are different for each one of these. But this kind of gives you an idea and shows you where the heaviest emphasis is for snow, cold air, where things are starting to set up. But right now, a lot of it, there's a lot of questions that remain, and a lot of things that need to fall into place. But the one thing is the second half of the month is starting to look colder. You can see this map starts to fill in. So it just indicates a few more storms kind of passing in our proximity here. This one goes out to 240 hours, so kind of gives you an idea. Hopefully we'll be transitioning to some colder air if you like snow. Now the same view I was showing you, excuse me, this is a different view. This is showing precip, and so this gives you an idea. The other map I was just showing you had to do with snowfall. So if we animate this out, you can start to see, let me start this over here. We'll go back to, okay, here's 12:10. So you can see this is today. This is the stuff that's kind of moving through right now. We're going to advance that out of here, and then coming up into the weekend, you can see the precip starts to fill in from the south. And see, there's a lot more of it over us, but if you recall that snow map I was just showing you, there wasn't much going on. And the reason for that is there's not enough cold air, at least in the model data right now, to really give us some snow. So you can see Monday, same thing, going into Tuesday. And now if you remember, there was that core of heavier snow right up northeast of the metro, and that has to do with the cold air that was finally moving into place. So, like I said, a lot of things still coming into place. Here's some more precipitation coming in for later in the week. So it's really worth watching. There's definitely more storm action coming into play in the next couple of weeks and more cold air. So just stay with me and know that there's, a lot of focus going into these forecasts, but this pattern and all this warm air that's around is really not typical, and it's making it an extreme challenge to really dial these storms in. So appreciate you guys checking in. I'll take you here to the 7-day forecast. And then here's your 7-day forecast coming up Friday. Mostly cloudy, looking like 39. Then we got that mixed preset moving in, might even